When you think of ancient Egypt, what comes to mind? Towering pyramids, golden pharaohs, and mysterious mummies, right? But what if I told you that that's only scratching the surface of one of the most fascinating civilizations in history? Today, we're going on a journey beyond the familiar sights of Giza. We're going to pull back the curtain and discover the hidden world of ancient Egypt, a world brimming with stories, innovations, and people you've probably never heard of. Get ready to see Egypt like never before. Let's start by stepping into the daily life of an ordinary Egyptian. Imagine the Nile River, the lifeblood of the land, teeming with activity. It wasn't just pharaohs living here. Along the fertile banks, farmers worked the land, their lives dictated by the annual flood that brought rich silt for their crops. They grew barley for bread and beer, and flax for linen clothing. Their homes, made of sun-dried mud bricks, were simple but practical, designed to keep cool in the desert heat. In the bustling towns and cities, artisans were the backbone of the economy. Talented craftspeople, potters, weavers, jewelers, and carpenters created everything from everyday household items to the magnificent treasures we see in museums today. Their workshops would have been filled with the sounds of hammers, saws, and the chatter of trade. And let's not forget the scribes. These were the highly respected record keepers and administrators of the kingdom. Learning to read and write the complex hieroglyphic script took years of dedication, but it was a ticket to a better life, placing them among the educated elite. Egyptian society was a complex pyramid of its own, with the pharaoh at the top, but built upon the foundation of these hard-working millions. Their lives, their struggles, and their joys are the real story of ancient Egypt. Now, let's talk about the gods. You've probably heard of Ra, the sun god, and Anubis, the jackal-headed god of the afterlife. But the Egyptian pantheon was enormous, with thousands of deities governing every single aspect of existence. Have you ever heard of Seshat? She was the goddess of writing, wisdom, and knowledge, often depicted with a seven-pointed star above her head. Scribes would offer prayers to her before beginning their work. She was essentially the librarian and architect of the gods. Then there's Tauret, one of the most beloved and protective goddesses. Pictured as a pregnant hippopotamus with the limbs of a lion and the back of a crocodile, she might look intimidating, but she was a fierce protector of women during childbirth and a guardian of the home. Amulets of Tauret were incredibly common, showing just how important family and children were to the ancient Egyptians. These aren't just minor figures, they reveal the deeply personal and intricate spiritual lives of the people. They prayed not just for a good afterlife, but for safety in childbirth, a good harvest, and success in their craft. This vast spiritual landscape shows a society that saw the divine in everything, from the stars in the sky to the ink on a papyrus scroll. Ancient Egypt's reputation for grand monuments is well-deserved, but their genius extended far beyond building big. They were incredible innovators, especially in fields like medicine. Ancient medical texts, like the Edwin Smith Papyrus, are astonishingly advanced. They describe detailed anatomical observations, diagnoses, and treatments for a wide range of injuries. These texts are the world's oldest surviving surgical documents. They discuss setting broken bones, stitching wounds, and even performing complex brain surgery. Egyptian doctors had a practical, scientific approach, a far cry from the magic and superstition we might imagine. They understood the importance of cleanliness and had a vast knowledge of medicinal plants. And their engineering prowess wasn't just about piling stones high. The construction of massive temple complexes like Karnak involved sophisticated mathematics and an incredible understanding of logistics. They aligned their structures with astronomical events like the winter solstice with breathtaking precision. They quarried, transported, and lifted colossal blocks of stone weighing hundreds of tons using little more than ropes, ramps, and sheer human ingenuity. These achievements weren't just about honoring gods or pharaohs. They were a testament to a culture that valued knowledge, precision, and problem solving. They were scientists and engineers as much as they were builders and priests, ready for a road trip. Let us leave the crowds of Giza and explore some of the other incredible sights that Egypt has to offer. First stop, the city of Amarna. This was the short-lived capital built by the radical pharaoh Akhenaten, who tried to shift Egypt to a monotheistic religion worshipping the sun disk, Aten. The city was abandoned after his death, but its ruins give us a unique, frozen-in-time snapshot of a revolutionary period in Egyptian history. The art from Amarna is completely different, more realistic, intimate, and a world away from the formal styles of other dynasties. Next, we journey south to Karnak. This is less a single temple and more a sprawling city of sanctuaries, pylons, and obelisks built and expanded by pharaohs over 2,000 years. Walking through its great hypo-style hall, with its 130 for massive columns stretching towards the sky, is an experience that makes you feel utterly small. It's a library of history written in stone, dedicated to the gods of Thebes. And while the Valley of the Kings is famous for Tutankhamun's tomb, have you heard of the Valley of the Queens? This beautiful, secluded valley was the final resting place for the wives of pharaohs. The tomb of Nefertari, the beloved wife of Ramesses the Great, is considered one of the most stunning in all of Egypt. Its walls are covered in vibrant, exquisitely painted scenes that look as if they were finished just yesterday. Exploring these lesser-known sites reveals the incredible diversity of Egypt's history and art, far beyond a single pyramid or a single golden mask. Each location tells a unique chapter in this civilization's long and epic story. So, we've walked the streets with farmers and artisans, prayed to the hidden gods who protected the home, and marveled at the scientific genius behind their medicine and engineering. We've journeyed beyond Giza to cities and valleys that hold their own powerful stories. The world of ancient Egypt was so much richer, more complex, and more human than we often imagine. It wasn't just a civilization of monumental tombs for the dead, but a vibrant, innovative culture full of life. The pyramids are just the beginning of the story. By looking deeper, we find a civilization that still has so much to teach us about ingenuity, belief, and the enduring power of the human spirit. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. If you enjoyed seeing this different side of ancient Egypt, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history. Let us know in the comments which hidden aspect of Egypt fascinated you the most. See you next time.